Mother's Day card, I started with this stamp from ImpressStamps.com, and it's a design by Josephine Kimbering. I'm going to stamp it 3 times because I'm going to use 3 layers to put the flower together. I needed to get a bigger piece of cardstock because I needed one to be the base of the flower. So I'm going to stamp it here. Everything is going to get cut out, so I'm not going to be too careful about the coloring. I stamped these using Memento ink, Tuxedo black ink, and I'm going to use some Copic coloring to color. I started with G07 for the leaves. And let's speed up the process so the video won't be that long. I'm going to do it on the base, just the base flower. Then I'm going to use R37, and I'm going to color 3 layers on 3 cards. 1 layer, 2 layer, and the last layer is the base. So I'm going to color the base, cover the entire thing with R37. Ooh! And I just go over the layer that will be showing to make it a little darker. Like so. Then I'm going to color the second layer. Everything is going to be cut out, so that's why I stamped 3, so I can have a more management in cutting the layers separately. So this is the second layer. And then this is our top layer. And once I'm finished coloring, I'm going to cut them up. I used W5 just to give some shading certain parts of the flower. Like so. That's the base. Second layer. Boop, 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 boop. And just to make some of parts of the flower a little darker than some. And then the top layer. Once I'm all finished coloring, I cut out each layer, base, second layer, and then the top layer. I just use my Copic to go around the edges just to get rid of some of the white from the cardstock. Like so. And then I'm going to cover the second layer with some foam dots because I want the flower to be dimensional. Like so. I just use my craft tool to lift them from the paper and cover this top layer. I also color the sides of the foam dots so that I don't have a lot of white poking out from underneath the layers. So I use the same Copic that I colored the flower with. Boop, 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 boop. Then I just peel off the backing. And then here are my layers. Second layer. like so. And then my top layer. Whoop, whoop. And that's my flower. I was trying to find the best paper for this. I just wanted to keep it like a tone-on-tone green color. I used some shimmer cardstock in white from Recollections for the base. Then I used this green. The paper stack I used was Lemon Flower Stack from DCWV. So I cut the paper to my size. Then I use Stampin' Up! Gun Green to kind of distress the edges. And I also use a Martha Stewart punch. And the punch from the page set is Cherry Blossom. And I just use the corner punch and punch the corners of this layer. And I'm going to add here my 2 pieces of cardstock, like so. And then I'm going to put my flower in the center. I cover that also with foam dots. A whole lot of foam dots. Ooh. I wanted to use the smaller ones because I didn't want it to be too puffy or too dimensional. So that's why I tried to use the smaller ones, but I had to use a lot. Then I'm just gonna center my flowers. A flower, I'm sorry. Oops, just a little more to this right. And that's my flower. I was gonna add a butterfly in the front, but I changed my mind. And then I add some. I actually stamped the flower again, colored the leaves green, and cut them out to add some more leaves to the other side of the flower. I felt it was a little empty on that side. So just use my mono Tampa glue and just glue some of the leaves, like so. Mm-hmm. Then for the inside, I just use the same stamp and use some Wild Wasabi's ink from Stampin' Up! And stamp it to the edge of the inside. Stamp Happy Mother's Day. And add here 2 butterflies. And that was the inside of the card. Finally, I decided to have the flower pop a little more. So I add some glossy accents all over the flower. And I let it dry. And add a little more dimension to it. So once it was dried, this is what it looked like. And I want to wish all the mothers Happy Mother's Day. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.